Landon, two steps forward, three back. Is that a case there today? Newcastle's tactics won the day there. As miserable as they were, that's what they wanted, and we couldn't get past it.
Eddie Howe's a joke, or we can match United. Came for a point. Long ball, 11 men behind the ball. Is what it is, but we've just got no ideas up front. It's too predictable. Goes into the inverted fullback, then goes out wide, then comes back in. Sancho or Anthony may take one play, but then turns back round, and then it's just too slow. It's not quick enough. We need to be doing 1-2. What's wrong with 1-2s and pass and move? We're just not doing it, and we didn't do it on Thursday, and we've not done it today.
That's it, mate. It seemed to be one player missing today, and Ericsson made a big difference because we lacked the creative spark, didn't we? Bruno, I thought, was all right, a bit sloppy in the final third at times, but thought solid. But you could tell he didn't trust him, Fred. The constant arguing through the whole game, you could see it on the pitch. Yeah. Ericsson was a massive miss today, wasn't he?
Oh, he's a big miss. He's that creative player. So there's times where you got the ball, you've shifted it, so you've moved them, you've disrupted their formation, and then you've got an Ericsson who can play a ball through the middle, down through the lines, to get on half turn. But we weren't doing that. We were just going back wide and going back inside. That type of player was a massive miss, huge miss. But we can't just rely on just one player, because when he's not playing, we need someone to step up and to make that decision to play that ball through the line. I don't think we played one ball like that, or if we did, he had a man on him where he has to just play it back. It wasn't, like I said, no ideas up front. It wasn't good enough.
So in terms of what was on the bench there, a few people have said, why didn't we see more than one substitution? Do you feel like Ten Hag didn't trust his bench there today, like some others have said? Did you expect a few more players to get a chance there?
I thought he could have maybe brought Elanga on, something different, something over the top and behind.
Bit of pace.
Good
in the air.
Yeah, could have brought him on, but then it's a bit hard one, isn't it? When you got a game on Wednesday, then you got a game Saturday, then we got another game Thursday. So it's like, the back of his mind is thinking, yeah, I can bring him on, but then is the game, we don't look like we're going to lose.
Balancing act, isn't it?
But yeah, so I can understand maybe not making all 5 subs or 3 subs, whatever you can make. But at least bring on someone else, like another attacker. Elanga I thought would have stretched the game.
Yeah, that's it. It's like we're missing that one key element in midfield in Ericsson today. The forward line. I don't think he's settled on who he wants in that middle position, mate. I just don't think he's working with Ronaldo. As good as he was against Everton, we've seen the limitations against the low block. On the counter, and then quick balls, when we play them quick balls, only when Ericsson's in the team, it would seem Ronaldo does work at times, but it does look like he was banking on Martial all along, doesn't it? And without him, we are struggling. Would you say that's where we're going to have to invest money going forward?
100%. Like we need to. Like, we've only got 2 strikers, well, 1 striker and a half, because Martial's always injured. Yeah. Well, you can say either or, because Ronaldo's not Ronaldo of old, and Martial's always injured. So, and Rashford's not a striker. We all know that. So, yeah, we need to get a striker. We need to have a focal point. We need someone who's reliable and can play at least 10, 15 games at least in a row.
Yeah, you're right, mate, because I think Ten Hag's system has worked and we've seen the profit from it with not changing players. As soon as we change a player, 1 or 2, even that minimal amount, it doesn't seem to have the same it doesn't have the same cohesion, does it, mate? We've seen it. I mean, I'll bring an example. Sociedad, we changed 3 or 4 and we were absolutely garbage. We've seen it against Everton, the consistency with run of games when we were winning 4 in a row, we had the same team. As soon as we change one little thing out of it, it just goes to pot of it, mate. Is that the concern? Is that where we are going to have to improve? It's not so much on it, the system seems to be there, but it's lacking numbers, isn't it, I think, mate? The depth is being questioned now with all these games.
I think, again, it's a hard one, because obviously you can tell he's focusing on the 11, that team, to make sure they understand his way of playing. So it's the training thing, I think, where obviously you've got the other team, when you do 11v11, you do your games, these players aren't the ones that he's probably focusing as much, where it'll change. I think the ones on the fringes, will pick that up, and be able to just come in. well, you hope that's going to happen, but I think it's more of a training thing, to be honest, more than a player thing. I think when they get up to speed, because some of the players are good enough, let's be honest, they can do it. They can do it. We've seen them do it, but it's a bit hard, you know. It's like I said, he's just come in.
Landon, this is a very, very tough question. I've got to ask you. Man of the match, mate?
Luke Shaw, to be fair, for me.
You agreed with me, mate. I thought he was solid there today.
He was good today.
To be honest, I thought the whole defence was
Yeah.
okay. Dell's passing at times, yeah. But ultimately, Newcastle did nothing. I can't remember De Gea making decent saves.
They had a bar, that was it. And
then when Wood came on, we knew what was coming, didn't we, mate? It was Allardyce's back. But anyway, Landon, brilliant. Cheers for coming on, mate.
See you in a bit.